functional movement, Mama. Today we are focusing on the back. Now, it is going to primarily be the lower back. However, we will hit upper and mid as well. If you are pregnant and postpartum, a lot of these moves are actually really good for you. There is one in particular, maybe two or three, where in pregnancy, you might have to adapt it just a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. Other than that, there is one piece of equipment that you are going to need. It is going to be a foam roller. Now, if you do not have a foam roller, grab a pillow, grab a blanket, grab a rolled up towel. You just want it to be thick enough to be able to give you a little bit of lift and support for what we're going to be doing. For sure, it's going to be used in the very, very last exercise that we do. And then there's another exercise here or there where you might be able to use it for support if you need it. As for the workout itself, we have 10 exercises. We are doing 60 seconds of work, 0 rest. And if it is unilateral, we're repeating it to hit that other side. But other than that, let's go ahead and dive right on in to today's workout. All right, so for our first move, we are going to be doing what's called a segmented spine. So it's kind of similar to a cat-cow, if you will. However, your goal during this is to try and move one vertebrae of your spine at a time. So focus on just your neck, just your upper, just your mid, just your lower. And we're going to be kind of doing it. You'll kind of see it kind of looks a little bit like a wave. If you do not get it, it is a-okay. It is something to work on. Most people, when they have mobility in their spine, especially pregnancy, postpartum, it doesn't come right away. You have to work and work and work on it. So just to show you before we start, you'll be coming down onto the ground, all fours here, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. What you're gonna be doing first, focus on, for example, first, I'm bringing my lower, going up to my mid, I'm going up to my upper. You're not doing it yet. I'm just showing you what it will look like. And then here, and then you're just gonna do the reverse, okay? So come on down, let's get ready. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and arch your back and you're gonna bring your head up. I'm gonna guide you through this, okay? So what I want you to first start moving is your lower spine, okay? So rotating that pelvis first. Keep your upper back planted down just like it is between your arms. Start moving up to that mid, rounding through that mid, coming up to that broad line, coming up between those shoulders, pushing away from the ground. And don't forget about your neck. Now you should be pushing away from the ground, having a good little rounding to your back here. What I want you to do, keep your low back, mid back, upper back like this. Start moving your cervical. And slowly begin to shift your chest down while keeping your mid and lower up. Now you're going to your mid. You're going to go to your lower back, coming back into that arched position. All right, go ahead and relax. So that's what a segmented spine looks like. It's a little bit hard sometimes, but we'll get it, okay? Next, what I want you to do is either on all fours or down low. It's up to you. You're gonna bring your hand right behind your head. It's not gripping, it's not pulling. All you're gonna do is you're gonna cross over. Let me show you from the front. Cross over and open, just like this. Join me, join me, join me. Right here. Now your hips stay square to the ground, but your torso is gonna work. Now this does a lot with the thoracic spine, which is your upper back, all right? If you want to lock it down even more, you can come down just like this and do the same thing right here, all right? So you choose. This is one that we're working one side, so look at the other side here in about 10 seconds when we repeat, okay? Really think about opening up wide, wide, wide and coming in. Ready? Let's switch right now. Good job. So again, you're trying to keep your hips square to the ground. It's a simple rotation. This is amazing in pregnancy, okay? And even postpartum, because our upper back gets really congested from breastfeeding, from bottle feeding, how we round over sometimes. So this helps get that nice, good mobility in there. So what you have coming up next, not yet, I'll let you know when. You're coming back to, well, you're staying in the all fours position, but where you're planting your hands on the ground here, you're gonna do a bird dog pull it in for a crunch and release, okay? I will show you modifications if you are pregnant. Just don't do the crunch, okay? Postpartum pregnancy, check for signs of intolerance. Ready? Come on down, 2, 1. Let's go one side. Kick it out, pull it in, crunch, control the movement. Go again. Right here. Now, the reason why we're doing this, 1, your core includes some of your back muscles, okay? So this is a whole core movement. As we're doing this, your core, including your abdominals in front, actually helps with your back. So the stronger your abs are, the less load you're placing on your back. So this is helping your overall core, but it's also helping strengthen those abdominals, which will help give that back a break, all right? Now, if you're pregnant, again, don't do that crunch. You're right here. If you need to modify this move, you're gonna tap out in front and bring it back in. If tapping is still too much, you can just slide. Okay, totally okay to do. I need that core nice and engaged. You're about to switch sides here, okay? Keep your hips square to the ground, meaning don't let them weeble wobble. Ready? Let's switch. So engage that core, no arching, no rounding in that back. You can either bring hand to knee, elbow to knee. It really doesn't matter for that little crunch, all right? I just want you to stay strong through your form, through this base that you have. Do not let your hips move. Don't let them swing side to side, and try not to lean out with it, okay? Make sure they are square to the ground. Core is nice and engaged here, okay? You need that or else you're throwing off the main purpose of it, okay? After this, now pregnancy, I'm gonna show you something different to do, okay? But for everybody else, you're gonna come onto the ground. It's gonna seem really silly, all right? But all you're gonna do is prone glute activation. Prone meaning you're laying down on your stomach. Glute activation means you're literally just gonna squeeze your glutes. But the kicker is, I don't want your hamstrings to kick on, okay? Come on down, right here. Squeeze your glutes. Do not engage your hamstrings. Relax. That's your whole purpose. I know it seems really silly, but the glutes actually play a huge role into your low back, okay? So we wanna make sure that they can fire properly without your hamstrings, all right? A lot of moms tend to be hamstring dominant after pregnancy just because of the way the pelvis moves. Now, if you are pregnant, you can either A, come up here, squeeze your glutes. Don't let those hammies kick on though, and relax. You can also lean up against a wall and feel your glutes up against a wall. Totally whatever feels good to you. I know this feels a little silly, okay? I get it, don't worry, all right? Next, we're gonna be coming on down to our back. If you're pregnant and this bothers you being on your back, just prop your upper back up with something like a pillow, blanket, something of the sort. Come on down, rotate this pelvis. I need you right here, dead bug position. Now, if you're able to, come up and hold the crunch, all right? If you are pregnant, I don't want you holding that crunch. I want you right here. Okay, now the closer your knees are to your chest, the easier this is gonna be. I need them over your hips if you can get them that way. If you want more core contraction, pull those toes back towards you right here. Again, the core is engaged, back is flat. If you can hold this crunched position, hold it. But what I want you to make sure of, there's no signs of diastasis recti, okay? Meaning no bulging, coning, or doming, or even a sinking in at this midline, okay? Additionally, check what's going on with your pelvic floor. If it feels like pressure is slamming down, I need you to regress and take out that crunch, or you can even just hold and switch every so often, okay? Next, what we're gonna go do is we're going to bridges with a pelvic tilt right here. So rotate your pelvis. You're gonna go up into a bridge. Control this pelvic tilt that you have. Down, relax, engage, and lift. So notice, as I'm doing this, I'm exhaling here, inhaling, engaging my pelvic floor, bringing my TVAs, low, mid, and upper together, zipping up my rectus abdominis as I do a pelvic tilt. And then I keep this position the whole time, okay? Relax, overextend, and then come back in for that tilt. Engage and lift. What I want you to make sure of is that you don't lift too high, okay? If you lift too high, your low back is gonna take over and become the dominant mover. Next, we're gonna do a simple squat breakdown, okay? It's gonna seem really silly, I know, but come with me. Come up here. I want your feet underneath your hips. I want you to grip down with your toes into the ground. All four corners hit, okay? From here, what I want you to do, rotate that pelvis, okay? I want you to have a slight hinge forward. Think chest is up. You're nice and tall here. Engage that core. I want you to go down for 1, 2. Make sure your knees don't weeble wobble. Stop before you lose the form, okay? And you're just gonna hold that. If you can get low, get low. I need you to go. I don't want knees doing this. If they are doing this, I need you to back up to where they aren't. Go low, go low. And once you hit that point, I need you to hold. Hold. We're gonna bounce it out, pulse it out. In 2, 1, pulse up, slow down. Pulse up, slow down. Pulse up, slow down. Pulse up. We're gonna go to the ground. 2, 1, come all the way down. There you go. All right, stick one leg out, cross one leg up in front, and then I want you to see if you can get your chest close to that shin. All right, right here. It's a figure 4 stretch. If this bothers you in pregnancy, you cannot get your leg close to you, or maybe the mobility just isn't there, totally okay. I want you to come right here, or you can also do this on a chair, okay? You can go to couch, bench, chair, sit there, and you'll just do the same motion of pulling up, and then you're gonna lean into your legs as far down as you comfortably can, okay? You're almost done. We're just gonna do the other side of this. And you have 2 more. Well, they're gonna be stretches more than anything. That last one is where you're gonna need the foam roller, pillow, blanket, whatever you're gonna use. We're gonna switch it out in 2, 1, let's go. That foam roller is basically gonna help you with what we're gonna be doing. It's called a back expansion, mid-back expansion. We're gonna be doing a good 360 breath into our back. And the pillow, blanket, foam roller, whatever it is that you're gonna use, helps you to get a little bit more focus in that area. And it's a good area to focus on. Lots of moms tend to have what's called a high hinge point. Towards the end of pregnancy, throughout postpartum, if they don't work on it, this can, 1, alter your bra size, but it can also impact diastasis recti, aka the mama pooch, as well as pelvic floor issues. So, not the most fun. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next move. We're gonna do like a little stretch plus mobility. You're gonna cross it over. Now, if this is too much, especially in pregnancy, put that pillow, blanket, or foam roller right under this leg and just let it rest. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna do a little stretch, and then we're gonna do some rainbows. So come on down for me. I want you to just rest right here. We're gonna stretch it out. Now again, if this is too much, let me show you. You can put it right here, ever so slightly stretch. Now if you're pregnant, depending on how far you are in your pregnancy, I don't want you overly stretching here, okay? You can just come up right here, all right? Awesome. Now, staying in this position, what I want you to do, you're gonna take your hands, put them on top of each other, create a rainbow. Keep these fingertips on the ground. Do not let this knee lift off the ground or the foam roller, pillow, whatever you're using, and go as far as you can. And then bring it all the way back. Nice and slow. Give me 1 more. There you go. Bring it back. And we're just gonna switch sides. In 2, 1, switch it over. I'm just gonna switch over here so I can still show you. Now again, if you need to, use that foam roller, pillow, whatever you're gonna use. If you need to relieve some of this off the stretch, typically in pregnancy, you might wanna do that, but it's totally up to you. Right now we're just stretching, we're not doing the rainbows with it. So if you're not pregnant, I want you to try and get your chest as much over towards the ceiling as you possibly can. If you're pregnant, I want you just right here, okay? I don't want you overly twisting. All right, let's do some rainbows here. So bring them over, up, and to the other side. Give me one more. And then we have this mid back coming in. All right, we're gonna do this mid back just a little bit longer than the rest. So go ahead, come on up, grab whatever it is that you're gonna use. All right, so we're coming down right here. You're resting on your legs, on your back feet. I want you to round over this. You're gonna kind of hug it close in, okay? Notice how this is creating a more arch in your bra line area, okay? So what I want you to do is you're gonna do a good 360 breath. This is where you're letting your lungs fill up, your abdomen, your ribs, and your back expand. But what I really want you to focus on is picture that spot in the middle of your back where your bra line is, and breathe into it, okay? Don't necessarily focus so much on your stomach or your ribs. Focus a lot on this line, okay? We're gonna do this a little bit longer, so ready? Let's go. In through your nose, out through your mouth, relax. Focus on that midpoint in your back. Think about you're trying to push it into the ceiling. Good 360, so fill up those lungs for me, okay? Now, if you're pregnant or postpartum and this bothers you, you can always come down just like this, round your back up, and breathe into that spot just like this, okay? But you have to be a little bit more intentional about rounding through your back. You can also use a big exercise birthing ball, depending on what you want to call it. The Swiss ball is what it's actually called. And also round with that. So keep fixating on that mid-back area where your bra line is. And think about, on the inhale, really expanding through that area, okay? If it's not much, that's A-okay. All right, I just want you to focus on it. See how many times you can get it to actually expand. Relax. Give me one good more. So really fill up those lungs for me. And exhale. Relax. Awesome job. So I know that last one is really weird. Trust me, the first time I ever did it, I was like, what in the world am I doing? But I promise you, it actually is really, really good for you, especially pregnancy, postpartum, really postpartum more than pregnancy, but very, very good for you. It helps with high hinge points. It helps if you're trying to correct a diastasis recti, all those different things, okay? So that is it for the back today. So with that being said, there obviously is no cool down. There's never any warm up or cool down with this. So if you feel the need to cool down, please do so. Other than that, I cannot wait to see you right here for our next workout together. Have a great day, night, week, weekend, whatever it is for you. And I'll see you very soon.